I'm Meredith and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you found me, and if you're returning, I'm so grateful you've decided to come back and watch more. Welcome to Collectionmas 2023, where we go through a different one of my luxury collections every day for 24 days through the month of December. We do my luxury handbags, of which I have over 400 luxury handbags. We have scarves this year, skateboards, watches, and all sorts of things. So if that's something that appeals to you, please hit that subscribe button down below. Hitting that subscribe button costs you absolutely nothing and means so much to me, so I hope you'll help me out. Today we're doing my most expensive handbag collection. I have chosen 12. I didn't really know where to stop or draw the line, so I thought 12 was a good number to do for a video. Because why not? 12 days of Christmas, we'll run with that. So first let's do the housekeeping. So my shirt of the day. So it says, it's fine, we're fine. Everything is fine, and we have them all wrapped up in Christmas lights. I love this. I have this in a few different color variations and different styles of shirts because this is how I feel at Christmas time, and this is generally the shirt that I wear to work around Christmas time because it's fine. It's fine. We're all fine. We'll work it out. We'll make it work. So that's my shirt of the day, and then my headband of the day comes from Pursetopia. She was lovely enough to send these to me. A few of these headbands to me via way of Amelia Rose from Amelia Rose's Closet when I was in London, and she is over on Instagram. I will link her down below, but we will put my little headband on for the video. There we go. All right, so now that that's out of the way, let's look at my most expensive handbags. I'm doing this by cost to me, so what I paid for them. I'm not going to tell you the prices of all of them because honestly, I don't remember. Collectionmas takes a lot of work, guys, and to be fair, I don't have time to compile all that information while I'm in the middle of doing 24 videos, but this is what I paid for them at the time I bought them. So some of them I bought on the resale market, which drove the price up. And others I bought in store, so drove the price down in the case of Hermes. If I was going on what they would retail for, this would be a very different collection. And if I was going on what they would all resale for, it would just basically be my Hermes collection. That would be the first thing. And funnily enough, my most expensive handbag would not even make the cut if we were going on resale value. So it's an interesting market to look at. So I've chosen the 12, and I'm going to do them in no particular order. Well, actually, that's not true. I'm going to do the most expensive one last, and then I'll work the rest in order that they're up behind me. So these are my 12 most expensive handbags in my collection, which is over 400 luxury handbags. And my husband was just in this room with me while I was setting this all up, and he's like, do you know what else we could own if you didn't have these? That's not important. It's not. And he knew what he was marrying. All right, so the first one. My rose gold mini from Chanel. If you bought this retail in store, you are so lucky because at retail, it was quite reasonable for Chanel. And at the time it was out, it was very reasonable by Chanel prices today. I bought this on the resale market because I loved it so much. It is one of my favorite bags in my whole collection because I use it so often, because for me, it's a neutral. I love this. But because I bought it on the resale market, it was worth an awful lot of money. So it rivals some of these other very expensive handbags behind me, which a lot of people will think is insane. And yes, it is. But that is luxury. It's all insanity if you look at it. If we actually broke luxury down and went, we don't actually need anything this expensive, then we'd all be insane. So yeah, how we justify each of our purchases exists only in our head. And that's fine, because that's what luxury is. So yes, this is one of my most expensive handbags. Also one of my most loved because I really use this. Oh, okay, this one. This was the most expensive handbag in my collection for a long time. I died over how much I paid for this. It was very expensive, but I loved it. This is Marilyn. She is a mini Capucines in fuchsia pink croc. And it is, it's not a custom made. It was just something that came into store and my sales associate saw it and sent a picture of me and I went, yes, I need to own that. We call her Marilyn because she reminds me of Marilyn Monroe. Only my Capucines in exotic materials have names. None of my other bags do. So don't worry, we're not going to name all my bags. So yes, this one, it does have a name and it's Marilyn, but it's just beautiful. Look at this high shine, beautiful fuchsia croc. And yes, it was very expensive at the time. These are still very expensive now. They have no resale value. None. You're never getting your money back for an exotic. You just aren't. But I love it and I use it. And yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. This one's really expensive. Yes, it is. So once again, if you bought this brand new in store for retail, then oh my goodness, are you sitting on an absolute gold mine. Don't ever let it out of your sight or sell it at an absolute premium and fund the purchase of a house or a car, because these are ridiculously expensive. This is the emerald green Chanel mini in the caviar leather. It is a unicorn. It is considered a unicorn for Chanel lovers. It is the most stunning green. It's in caviar leather, which they do not do anymore. I hunted mine down on the resale market with the help of Rod from the Luxe Theory. I paid 2 arms and 2 legs for it, but I didn't care. I wanted this green. I had made some sales of things and I had some stuff going on and I had some money put aside for it, and I went, right, now we're doing this. Should I have waited 12 months to this point when the market is in the toilet? Yes, it would have been better, but you don't know what the market's going to do. You just have to run with it at the time you're ready to go, and I was ready to go. I had the money. I had it pinned in my head that this money was for this bag, so we found it and I love it. I love that I have this. As a true collector of luxury handbags, this had to be in my collection. I had to own it because it is such a unicorn in the Chanel world, and I love the green. Very expensive. This one is a crowd favorite. Everybody loves this bag. I have yet to hear from anybody who really hates this bag. Some people who don't like exotics might not like it for that reason alone, but in terms of it being a beautiful bag, it's stunning. This is my Petite Mal from Louis Vuitton. It's in a blue metallic lizard. So you can see it is so metallic. It's just gorgeous. I love this bag. In terms of expensive, it's one of the least expensive up behind me, but when we're talking about these bags, that's really not saying a lot. It's about the same price as this. But I love the Petite Mal. This one I had seen come up on, I'm not sure if it was social media or if my sales associate sent it to me with like a whole heap of pictures of things. And I'm like, no, I'm not buying it right now. We had just moved into this house that we're in now. There was a lot of work we needed to do to it. There's still a lot of work that we need to do to it. We're on quite a bit of property that needs work. And I was like, no, I'm not going to buy it. We're doing other things at the moment. It's stupid to spend this kind of money when we've just moved into a house, but I dreamt about it. I dreamt about it consistently. And then I was like, I have to buy it. So I did. And I don't regret it. No regrets at all. I love this. And I don't know anyone else who owns one. You don't see them very often, if at all. So I love that I have this. And it's one that whenever I show it on my channel, everybody talks about how much they love it. And I will put this on camera just so that he has it. Connor from the closet, if I ever die, yes, you are getting that in the will. I promise. It's the one bag he wants from my collection. All right, this one. Oh, this is my Chanel Classic Flap in the maxi size. So this isn't a jumbo, it's a maxi. It's massive. Because it is a classic flap, it is way expensive. When I bought it, I paid probably about $5,000 less than what it's worth now, because Chanel prices have gone up so much. And I said to my sales associate, I want a maxi size, and I had to get it in from another part of Asia because we sit in the Australasian region for bags, and because Australia just don't get them. It's very rare that Australia ever see a maxi, but I desperately wanted one, so they managed to get me one from Asia. It's in a lamb skin. It was so much money when I bought it, but it's so much more money now. I really want one of the extra larges that have just launched, which I actually think are really reasonably priced. If you do the price conversion from what they're selling for in America and Canada, it comes out to about 12 or 13,000 Australian dollars. Throw in GST and that kind of stuff, I think it'd probably retail for just under 15 in Australia, which is really reasonable for that bag, the extra large that they've released. And if you're interested, go follow Jasleen from The Real Shakeen on her Instagram. She's got pictures of it. But Australia aren't getting any. Long and the short of the story is that I desperately want a bag that Australia aren't getting. Story of my life. But in the meantime, I have the Maxi. It is very, very heavy because it is a double flap, classic flap. And yeah, but super expensive at the time. Way more expensive now. Oh. Then we have this one. So this is my Fendi made to order. So this was part of the World of Fendi event where was it World of Fendi? I think it was. And you do a made to order. So I chose this material. I did my appointment all remotely. It was the end of COVID and I had very little children at the time, and the appointments are done overnight with Fendi because you're speaking to Rome, who are on a different time zone to Australia, clearly. So I did all mine remotely and I do regret doing that, and I think at some point in the future I would like to do a made to order with Fendi again. I was offered the opportunity this year. I knocked it back because I was going to Europe, but I think I will do it again in the future if I'm offered it. But this is what I chose. So these are all pilots, and there's always someone in my comments who corrects me on how I pronounce that. I am sorry. And they're all sewn on, so hand sewn to this crocheted interior. I have an organizer in it. If I take the organizer out, it is completely floppy, but I love it. How cool is it? It is a made to order. That does not mean other ones do not exist in the world, because ultimately you choose from materials that are there and available, and it is always possible that someone will choose the same materials as you. They'll go, I want this pilots, and I want the white leather, and I want the gold buckle, and you end up with another one in the world, but there will not be a whole heap of them. They just don't mass produce them. These take a lot of work. They're all hand sewn on, but it's just a beautiful bag. It's so different. It's so 3D and textural, and I love it. But also one of my most expensive ones because it is a made to order. Oh, and then we do the run of Hermes. So this is my Birkin 25 in the Barenia Forberg. I got this year. This was one of my quota bags for 2023. It is a Birkin 25, and retail wise, the Birkin 25s aren't too bad, but this is Barenia Forberg. So it had a premium attached to it. So Barenia Forberg is a heritage leather. It smells like leather. Don't want to get too close because I don't want to get makeup on it. It smells so good. I just want to stick my head in it. And it will scratch, it will age, it will patina. So because it's a heritage leather, there's a premium attached to it. So if I had got a Birkin 25 in Togo, it probably would have been about $4,000, $5,000 cheaper than this. So yes, while it is just a Birkin 25, it came at a premium because of the type of leather I wanted. But I'm super happy to have it. So, but it does sit as one of my most expensive ones. My newest quota bag is my Birkin 25 in the ostrich, and I got this from Paris. So this was part of my VIP appointment that I had there, so it doesn't count as a quota bag for my Sydney quota. And I know my sales associate's currently working on trying to get me a second quota bag before the end of the year, but I think he's just going to run out of time, which is fine. This is in ostrich and it's in the color Blue Glacier. It is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a Birkin 25 in ostrich, and I wanted it in a color. I would take a pastel or a bright color, and she came back with this and I went, perfect, absolutely perfect. I love it. Because I got it in Paris, it was already cheaper than Australia, and because I got the VAT refund on it, it made it cheaper again. But it was not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. To be fair, thinking back on it, and I don't have the exact price on me, but it probably sits on par. It's less than that. It probably does sit on par with a Birkin 30 now. Like Australian retail Birkin 30 is about what this cost me when I got all the, like, because I bought it in Paris and because I got the VAT refund. So it was a significant savings to get this in Paris, but obviously you've got to be able to get it in Paris, which is the hard part of getting an Hermes bag in Paris, but definitely sits up there with one of my most expensive. This one from Hermes. So this is a Constance on the go. Is it a bag or is it a small leather good? Could go either way. For the price, I'm calling it a bag. So this is in the color Rose Pourpre or Rose Pourpre, whatever you want to call it, and it's in a croc. And the croc is what makes it very expensive. So this cost more than, I want to say, all my Birkins. Yeah, maybe about the same. But this was really expensive because it was in croc, but I loved this color. I loved this croc. And in terms of how much I wear pieces, this gets worn a lot. I take this out as an evening bag often. I've taken it to my last 2 Christmas parties with work, which was dangerous because we like to drink cocktails at my work Christmas party. But I took it out and it got worn, and yeah, I love this bag because it is just the perfect evening clutch for me. It's that pop of color, it's out there, I love it. So in terms of cost, yes, it was incredibly expensive for what it is, but I do wear it and I get a lot of wear out of it. Next is my Birkin 30 in Framboise. Framboise, I never say that right either. Doing Hermes videos makes me very stressed because everyone always comments on the way I pronounce things. This is my Birkin 30 in Togo. This is my first ever quota bag. I love it. It just sings to my soul, this color. It means raspberry in French, if anyone is interested. And it was, funnily enough, one of my cheaper, most expensive bags, if that makes any sense whatsoever, because I got it 2 years ago now, and it's Togo leather, it's Birkin 30, so it was, can I dare say, reasonably priced for what it is. On the resale market, it would be worth way more than what I paid for it, but I love it. I love it so much. I love that it's my first quota bag, and I love that it's pink. Oh, then we have my Birkin 35, which is my special order. So this is in a Togo leather also. Because it is a special order and it is a Birkin 35, it is more expensive than the 30, just because it takes more work and more materials to make a bigger size. On the resale market, the 30 is probably worth more than 35. That's just the way the market works. People want the smaller bags over the bigger bags. The 25s go for the most amount of money, whereas this has more workmanship and more leather in it. So yeah, it's just a strange world we live in. But I love my Birkin 30 special order. It has a bright pink interior on the inside of it. It's got the rose gold hardware. I am so lucky to have ever been given the opportunity to get a special order, and I love this, and I love that it's a Birkin 35, and the 35 is the original Birkin size. So I have the heritage, like it just, that makes me happy. I've got it in black, which is a really basic color. It's in 35, which is the first size that they ever did in the Birkin. It's got a pink interior, which is so me. There are so many things about this bag which I just think are perfect. So I love this bag. And my most expensive handbag. Those of you who know because you watch my channel regularly, so you know exactly what's coming. Those of you who don't know because you haven't watched the unboxing of this bag, I'll link the unboxing below for you. I tell you how much this bag is worth in that unboxing. Go check that out for something. Yeah, you don't want to, don't eat anything while you watch that, you'll choke. Okay, so this bag, this is also a special order. I am so lucky to have a special order from Fendi, a special order from Hermes, and a special order from Louis Vuitton. I've also had several trunks made from Louis Vuitton. I did not count trunks in this. I just kept it to handbags. I have not done a special order with Dior, although I have been offered the opportunity to do it and I knocked it back. And who else do I buy from? Chanel. Chanel don't do special orders, and if they do, I certainly do not qualify to be offered one. Yes, so this is my special order from Louis Vuitton. So this is in a BB size for the Capucines. It's in a croc. I had it custom made for me, so they give you swatches of the different types of exotics. This was the one I chose because it had such 90s vibes in this purple and green finish, which I adore. And the thing I loved about this is it's a satin finish. So you often see croc in a high shine, like Marilyn up there, or you will see it in a matte. I don't have a matte croc. I do like matte croc. This is a satin finish, so it's not high shine, but it's also not matte. It's got this beautiful satin finish, which I adore. This bag is called Gwen because this finish gives me such 90s vibes, and they were the formative years for me. They were my favorite years. They were my teenage years and late teenage years. And Tragic Kingdom was one of my favorite albums, which is a No Doubt album. And Gwen Stefani is the lead singer of No Doubt, or was the lead singer of No Doubt. Gwen, go back to No Doubt. You should do that. And I don't know why. This just reminds me of that whole era. It's just what it brings up in my head when I think about, when I look at this, that's what I see, if that makes sense. So she's called Gwen for that reason, which is ironic because I'm fairly certain Gwen Stefani might be a vegan or an animal activist. I'm not 100% on that, but I don't think she'd like that I've named my crocodile handbag after her. But these colors just speak to that whole era. I love this bag so much. This is me in a bag. When this bag came into store, my store director and my sales associates all came down and they looked at it and they said, we have never seen a more Meredith bag in our life. They said that before I got there. I believe they're genuine in that, and I feel like that as well. I love it because of its size and its finish. I can wear this during the day, I can wear this during the night, I can throw on a pair of jeans and a white t-shirt and this goes, or I can dress it up with a little black dress. I love this bag. It was a ridiculous amount of money, but I love it so much. And if you're going to spend this amount of money, or if you're going to do a special order, if you don't feel like that at the end of it, then it probably wasn't the right special order for you. You should adore your special orders if you're ever given the opportunity to do them. Do something you love, that you will absolutely love. Do not do something safe or that you think you should do. Do something that is going to bring you so much joy every time you look at it. Whether you're wearing it or whether it's on a shelf and, you know, it's just you're getting ready for work in the morning, you look up and there it is. If it brings you joy, it's exactly what you should have. That's what you should do. And that should be in all handbags, whether you're just buying it off the shelf or doing a special order. All of them should bring you joy when you look at them. But if you're going to do a special order and spend that level of money, then absolutely they should bring you such joy every time you look at them. And that's how I feel about my special orders. So I'm really happy about that. So they are my most expensive handbags in my collection. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please hit that subscribe button down below. It means a lot to a content creator when you hit that subscribe button. Please also hit the little bell notification so you know when I've uploaded videos, which is usually 3 times a week, but at the moment it's every single day. I'll also throw up my Instagram handle for you so you can come follow me over there. I put lots up in real time, lots around my collection and my day-to-day life, so please come follow me over there. I hope wherever you are in the world today, you are having a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.